Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a showcase of this Hot Wheels Elite 64 Porsche 963. I got this one for I think around 10 bucks on a sale. And yeah, so we're going to be doing a review of this and thoughts on Elite 64 line as a whole. So on the back here you got Hot Wheels case, which is really nice. You got some info on the car. Just some legal stuff down there and like other stuff. So there's a nice picture. This one's kind of like the RLC packaging where you could see it through the other side, which I think is really cool. On this side, yeah, it got the Porsche sticker certificate thing. That's pretty cool. It's got like a number on there. I don't know what that does. But yeah, so to get into a showcase of this, I'm not going to be opening it. I'm just going to showcase it and also give my thoughts on Elite 64. So this case is actually a pretty nice case. I just don't like how they designed it like this, where this part doesn't go over here. I feel like if they took the extra step to go like that, you could then hang it with a nail and not have to worry about this part falling like that once it gets weak after some time. So yeah, here is the car itself, and wow, that is pretty nice. So I got this around $10. Otherwise, it would be like $22, I think. But wow, this is a pretty nice model. You've got the headlights right there. Yeah, the details are just really on point for this. The tires, especially. The tires are printed on there with Michelin. Yeah, wow. This is just a really cool model. I'm actually pretty surprised because I haven't looked at this in quite some time. But yeah, I mean, for these 164 models, especially in the blister pack, there's not really much to say about them. You just kind of gotta see the details and the quality. So yeah, I think these have a metal base. Yeah. So yeah, $22 for this. I think this is a pretty good model, and it rivals something like Mini GT. Do I think it does models better than Mini GT? Maybe not, but some of their castings have been really cool from what I've seen, like the JDM stuff and like the removable parts, and I think those are all pretty cool. Especially if you're getting this Hot Wheels branding. So yeah, real riders and metal base. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, but $22, I mean, it's a pretty steep price. Like, considering this was, I think, 20 retail, this BMW M3 Touring, and they also have a Mini GT one. It really just depends on what brand you collect and what you value more. Do you value the Hot Wheels branding? Do you value more scaled models, you know? This one's actually really nicely done. It has interior designs and everything. So, yeah, I think this is really cool, but $22 is a little steep for this. This is not something I think Mini GT has done. So if you really, really like Porsche and like these endurance racers, I think it's actually not that bad of a buy, because especially it's not like limited or hard to get. Yeah, it's not a bad buy if you really enjoy these endurance racers. And if you compare it to something like this mainline Peugeot endurance car, you really start to see the differences of quality in these models. Like, the difference is pretty apparent. It's almost night and day. The wheels on this one are way lower quality. The details are not as on point as this one. So, yeah, this one's really a big upgrade in terms of compared to a mainline. But in terms of a premium, which I'll show right now, it might be a little bit of a subtle difference, but it also has its really big changes. This is one premium I like to compare a lot now, because I feel like this car was really, really nicely done. For the $7 price point, this car was really overlooked in the set. I do not know why. I thought this car was going to be like the hardest to find, one of the hardest to find. Yeah, it did not match the theme of the set at all. But still, I feel like this one was extremely overlooked because of how good the details are on the front. Let me show you right now. Yeah, So these details on this car were really, really good for that $7 price point. It even has window stickers, license plate. Yeah, this front part's really nice. Full livery, wide body, mismatched rims. Yeah. But with these Elite 64 models, you get stuff like plastic inserts. These side mirrors look a little delicate, but like in a good way. Like they look well molded and everything. So yeah, this one looks more like a mini GT style collector's model, and this one looks more like a collectible, but not as much on the same level as this. This is compared to like a mini GT, which I'll compare in a second. Okay, so I had to go with this one to compare it to, just because I feel like this one's a really strong competitor compared to this Elite 64, because both of these cars are pretty famous. This one's definitely more famous than the other one, but I feel like they're pretty much like cars that people really like. So yeah, this Mini GT is really nicely done, especially with that roll cage and those red colored seats compared to the rest of the interior being black. Yeah, this is just really, really nice. So this one is definitely meant to compete with the Mini GT, but Mini GT I feel does a little bit better at least this car, but they're pretty good overall compared to each other. So final thoughts on Elite 64. I think it's pretty cool if there's a car that you really, really like that is released. But other than that, I do feel like some are a little bit overpriced, which is why they do end up getting on sale, a lot of them. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good car for the price point that I paid for. This was like $10 with sale, and this one was like almost 20. So yeah, definitely a lot of competition, but it's pretty good overall. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.